Hello YouTube. Here we're going to test the crank position sensor for a 1990 Ford Ranger 2.3 liter fuel injected motor. This is the crank position sensor here. It's got two Hall effect sensors to it. 4 wires. You got your red with green stripe, black with an orange stripe, gray, and blue. This wire is just a shield connected to go around the wire harness. Could not find any information on the internet how to check these things, and they're $159 from our auto parts store. But there's the Haynes manual to them. And this one here, that's a crank position sensor wiring diagram, and it goes to the DIS module. Well, you red with green, that gets 12 volts with the key on. This says OR on the page, but it's actually the black wire with the orange stripe. That's your ignition ground. That's what it says right there. Then you got your, I'm not sure what the PIN and the CID is, but that's the signals from the Hall effect sensor. I'll hook this thing up to a power supply and a scope, see what it does. I just got it hooked up to this power supply here, sitting at about 13 volts. I have a dual trace scope I'm going to hook up to it. So first I'm going to take the power lead from the power supply, hook up the black that's negative to the ignition ground, the red with a green stripe, it's going to get to 12 volts. Now hook up the traces to the scope, hook up the ground to channel 1. I'll hook up this one to the gray. I'm going to hook it up, unhook it, and you see on the scope, no change. Hook up the other trace. Okay. I'm going to be using 2 feeler gauges because it has to be a ferrous type metal going in between those in order to register anything. So what I'm going to do is just one slot, put in between, and it's magnetic too. You can tell it pulls it right to it. Alright, there is one slot, taking the gauge in and out of the slot, and you can see it takes the one trace, jumps right up. Now I go to the other slot. 0 volts, it jumps up to almost the supply voltage. I'm seeing about 11 volts on that. So I'll leave one in, and I'll stick the other one in there. You can see them both up. Now I'll pull them both out at the same time. Both in, both out. So this sensor is working just fine. One thing I gotta do now is just check continuity of the wires in the harness going to the DIS module, then to the computer. Make sure that's all hooked up, making connection. As it stands, vehicle has no spark. Nowhere could I find how to test one of these things. So that's how you test them. Now instead of using an oscilloscope, you could use just a voltmeter and it'll read the same thing. But as I could actually see it on the scope, see both at the same time. But that's how you test them. You might save somebody $160 for just playing guessing games.